Welcome to this week's episode of the High Level Release Radar, where we recap all the new releases that rolled out in High Level from the week. Here we are, Ryan. It's Friday again, another Release Radar.
Here we are. Very happy to be here. It's super exciting things happening this week, and can't wait to dive right into them.
As always, especially what rolled out today, which we will talk about in a few minutes. Let me just make sure that we get our stream going over into our community real quick. But as always, if you can see us and you can hear us, please say hello in the comments. We love to get your feedback, see your beautiful faces. Okay, official community.
All right.
The High Level Release Radar. And we should be streaming in all the places. All right, awesome. Let me open up our chat just so we can see those comments as they come in. And how about we hop into some releases?
Let's do it.
All right. Can I make us smaller? There we go. Okay, let's see what Ryan's got for us this week. Community's got an update. Make a group discoverable during creation. What the heck does that mean, Ryan?
Yeah. So if you haven't heard, we launched this awesome site called GoKollab.com, where your community, as you create it in High Level, can be discovered on the World Wide Web, on the information superhighway. And now creating new groups by default, you have this setting that is switched on so that it is discoverable, so people can find your community and request to join it. If it's paid kind of a thing, there's a way to monetize that as well. But just kind of making sure that all the new communities that are getting added are displayed properly and shown to everybody that is looking for new stuff.
Yes. So we've got new communities being built every day. We also have a very large group of communities that are being added to Collab from the Mastermind folks. So the company that is founded by Dean Graziano and Tony Robbins. So they have a huge community of folks that have their own communities that are now being launched inside of Collab. So what that means is when you create a community and you make it discoverable, it goes into that bigger ecosystem where people from all different communities can find, discover, adopt, maybe pay for your community as well.
Yeah.
So very nice little update there to increase discoverability for everybody. Next up, Quiz has got an update. Multiple fields in the same slide, which is very nice.
Yeah. So now as you're going through, and of course, if you didn't know, Quizzes is an insanely powerful tool that we recently launched during Level Up. And as always, we're always refining and tweaking to make it better. So this is one of those refinements wherein on a slide, when you go through a quiz, you don't just have to have one field, you can now have multiple fields.
Yes, QuizBuilder is looking awesome. I mean, you can do some really cool stuff. And then, they take the quiz, and depending on what they picked and how they scored, they see a different dynamic thing on the, the end page or whatever. So all sorts of options. Definitely check it out. We're loving it internally, rebuilding a bunch of our own stuff in the QuizBuilder as we speak. So very cool to see that get another update. The phone system. So this, I haven't played with it yet, but I saw the headline, which is very exciting. A2P now has a fast track program. So somehow we made this faster.
Yeah, we cut down the approval time from 7 to 10 days down to 3 days. So a lot of really cool refinements in there. From what I understand, this is not something that you have to necessarily opt into. It's just we're kind of building it in. So it's a program, but it's native to the entire flow.
Yes. So obviously A2P is what it is. We can't get around it. It's a federal regulation, but we are making the process easier and easier, faster and faster, which is fantastic. So you should see faster than ever approval times for your clients there. Phone system got another update where you can export data export support at sub account level.
Yeah.
I think I saw this one. What do we got?
For each, I could probably could have worded that better, but the data for each sub account and the phone system can be exported now as a CSV, which for those of the folks that care about that kind of stuff, they're able to slice and dice data, do analysis, that kind of a thing, and also have a backup. So that's really what it's more about, just giving more transparency and ability to see under the hood.
Nice. That's always nice. We've got our first comment from Anne-Marie, familiar face. That's me. My keyboard, I'm assuming you're referring to the speed typing cat that was on the last page, which is awesome. I myself feel like that sometimes as well, especially on Mondays. A lot going on Mondays these days. ChatWidget got another update. We have support for drop-down single custom fields, which is very cool. We can create custom fields and now basically use them in the ChatWidget, correct?
Yeah. So this has kind of already been there to a large degree. We're just expanding it to have if you have a custom field anywhere in the CRM, you can now bring that into a form within the chat widget. Just a quick note, this does not work on live chat. It's just the standard SMS and I believe WhatsApp as well. And now you have the option to, if you've got single drop downs, it supports those as well. So I think we're almost at parity for all the things that you'd want to collect within a chat widget.
Sweet. Love it.
Yeah.
Custom fields got an update. There's now organization in forms, surveys, and quizzes. This is awesome. So this is like a default organizational cleanup thing, right?
Yeah. So if you go in and you're building a form, a survey, a quiz, and you do a quick add and you want to, dynamically add a new custom field, you set all the things up. Now it gets organized into wherever you put that. So if that was a quiz custom field and you go back and you want to add it somewhere else, you can now see where everything's at. So automatic categorization, organization, it's basically like a full-time AI made for your data.
Yeah, it's very nice and it makes total sense. It's very convenient. So I loved this update. We've got a question from Damon Oates. Is there a way to get the chat widget not to text people? I think you mean live chat. So yeah, when you're creating your widget, you can switch it into live chat mode and then it doesn't use SMS. Although I always discourage people not to, because there's never anybody ever available to handle the live chat really in real time, which is why I love the SMS. But it's up to you. You can do it either way.
Yeah.
Next update from this week, Email Builder got an update, last day of the month segmentation and scheduling.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, when you go through and you build an email campaign, there's this really cool like engagement segmentation. So you can say, hey, send this campaign to the people that have engaged during a certain time period and so forth. And so now you can look at the I'm drawing a blank now.
No, the way that this works, from what I understand it, is some months have 30 days and some months have 31st. So if you want to schedule it to go the last day of the month,
that's what this is. Yes.
I don't even know how it worked before, but now it's just smart and it knows if it's a 30-day month, it'll go on the 30th. If it's the 31st, it goes on the 31st.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
So I was a little confused when I saw that one at first as well, but it makes total sense. And now the system is smart enough to handle it. So there we go. Email Builder dynamic helper text. Oh, I didn't see this one.
One's really cool. So you'll see more and more of this as well. But now the helper text that you're getting, like if there's an error or something, or it's just explaining what's going to happen, it's dynamic to those settings. So you can know for sure, like, yes, I actually am setting this up the way I think I'm setting it up based on the settings.
That's nice. Very nice. Makes a ton of sense there. It makes it really clear. This next execution will happen on this dynamically configured date.
Yep.
Sweet. Great job, team. We also got an update in Email Builder for RSS, same-day scheduling for RSS. I guess that wasn't available before. Now you can.
Yeah. Charles would be happy about this. He's all about RSS. So
nice. There you go, Charles. Happy Friday. Reputation management got an update. We can now deploy multiple review widgets.
Yeah. So before you could only kind of have one, and now you have the ability to deploy multiple. So you can choose which one, copy the code, and you're off to the races. So really cool implementation there, especially if you have certain sites that are like in dark mode and maybe you've got another page that's not. Nice configuration there that you'd have. That
makes sense. And it looks awesome. I don't know if you haven't checked out the new review widget builder, it looks really great. And so, I was using
there's tons
for my client, my buddy sites. And now I just switched it over and it looks fantastic.
Yeah. Plus you've got tons of customization in there. I mean, you can really just dial in exactly what you want it to look like. So I love all those little buttons you can press there.
Totally. And it's super smart. It like filters out spam reviews. You can set it to not display reviews that don't have like actual copy in them. You can control the stars, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
David says, howdy to you, sir. Happy Friday. And let's check out what our next release is. Phone system, see who answered the call. Nice little update there.
So very nice update. Sometimes there are questions, we've had them internally, where it's like, who managed this communication? And so now when you go and you click on the three dots, on a particular conversation, if there's a call, go to details, and then you'll see exactly who answered that call.
Yes, very convenient, pretty straightforward. Love it. Listings got an update. You can now update holiday hours directly in HighLevel. This is fantastic and obviously very timely.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure that if you've managed any of the Google Business Profile or Yelp or anything like that, although we don't quite integrate with Yelp yet, but they send you these emails that say, hey, make sure that your hours are updated. We have a holiday coming up, so we want to make sure that we have the most accurate information. And now you can do that right in HighLevel, and it disseminates to all the places. So really, really cool update for online listings and the Yext integration.
Yeah, it really is super convenient because, like you said, if you've ever, if you're in the business of helping local businesses manage their hours and stuff, it is a pain in the butt to have to go update them all over the place for things like holiday season. Now you can do it right in one spot and it syndicates it out. Very convenient. Gustavo, hola desde Lima, Peru. Hola, Gustavo. Buen fin de semana to you, sir. Let us check out what we have next. Welcome to the season of AI. This is pretty exciting, Ryan. So I think we should give a little backstory here because it's a pretty fun story. This was all born at Summit in true HighLevel fashion. We were rolling out voice AI, trying to figure out what like the pricing was going to be, the per minute pricing specifically, and we had a war room full of people go, and we thought we had this answer, and then in walks SVR, and they're basically like, "Why don't we just make it free?" And we kind of looked at each other like,
that was the actual conversation. Yeah.
We didn't know that was even on the table, but yeah, that would be fantastic. And so the season of AI was born. And so from today until the end of 2024, AI Employee, which is we've got Content AI, Reviews AI, Funnel AI, Workflow Assistant AI, Conversation AI, and Voice AI are free for all sub accounts until the end of the year. What happens at the end of the year, you may ask? Well, when you activate this in a sub account, it will ask you to choose how you want to continue January 1st. You can stay on unlimited for $97 a month, or you can roll into pay-per-use pricing. And you, as the agency account owner, can set that pricing with a margin if you want. So by default, we added a margin for you of $47 a month on the 97 option and 1.5x on the pay-per-usage option. So your sub accounts can go turn it on right now and start making you money in January, but you can go into the settings at the agency level, AI employee tab, and change that margin if you'd like. But I think this is just amazing, right? Like, who's more serious about AI? HighLevel is giving it away until the end of the year because we really want everybody to have a chance to get in there and get to know what this can do without having to worry about the cost.
Yeah, I think everybody's talking about AI. It's been a thing for a couple of years now, and definitely being able to play with it and see how it can work. I mean, we know because you see the testimonials all over the place, particularly with voice AI. This thing works really, really well. Way better than probably most 16-year-olds that you're paying to answer your phones. So that and concurrent calls and all that. So we're definitely building this system for scale, and it's addressing some very specific problems that people have instead of just slapping AI onto the wording and calling it a day. So really thoughtful implementation here.
Yes, absolutely. And I do want to read off a couple more items on this just in case you didn't see Sean's video. So we talked about what happens. We're also rolling out a 3-day virtual workshop with Billy Jean. So you should be getting those email invites right now. Billy and the team are going to walk you through how to basically leverage these tools to start an AI agency. Or if you're already running an agency, you can roll this out as a new product. So that is going to be awesome. We're also rolling out daily live Q&A sessions, which is fantastic. So you can go to gohighlevel.com/advanced-AI-training, and we're going to have live sessions, I think Monday through Thursday. I don't know if it's every day of the week. And this is actually cool because it's a collaboration with the community. So we've got a bunch of folks from the community that have been sort of at the forefront of AI and prompting. And so they've agreed, they're each taking a day. You can hop in and literally be like, hey, I need help. I want to use voice AI for a restaurant or a hair salon or whatever it may be. And they'll literally help you build the prompt in that live call, that live Q&A session, which I think is going to be a huge help for so many folks, because once you nail your prompt, I mean, you can then just go roll it out for an entire industry, right?
Yeah.
In addition to that, we're going to have a 7-day AI marathon with more folks from the community. This one's still being cooked up, so details are coming soon. Stay tuned for that. But yes, that's right, Derek. You're just about to ask about training. We're going to have live training. Definitely take advantage of that, because as Ryan said, hopefully you've all been seeing the demos that are being posted in the community. Just amazing stuff. Like voice AI is sort of what I've been waiting for when I think about AI and getting to the point where it's like, yes, I would definitely roll that out for all of my clients if I were working with local businesses. Michael's pumped up. Great stuff. Absolutely. We are too, Michael. Can't wait to see what everybody does with voice AI in particular. And check out the 3-day workshop. It is free to all paying HighLevel customers and folks in trial. We had a couple more updates this week. New webhook support from custom payment providers. If that is of interest to you, you're probably very excited. If not, don't worry about it. And we, of course, have some amazing things coming down the pipeline. Always get a kick out of that meme there, Ryan. Let's see what we have today. WordPress uptime monitoring. Oh, I haven't seen this one. That's nice.
Yeah. So this was actually fresh off of today's deck from the town hall. Thank you to Reshma for that. Yeah, WordPress just by and large is getting a ton of cool functionality. So if you're on WP Engine right now or any of the other WordPress hosting sites, go ahead and check out what we've got cooking here. I would call it feature parity is going to be there probably within the next month by the end of Q4. So you're looking at uptime monitoring, ability to clear CDN cache. We've got SSO sign-on for WordPress admins. I mean, staging, being able to duplicate or clone and create duplicate sites within one sub account is all there. Backup intervals. I mean, the whole deal. So when you think about like high quality WordPress hosting, we're there. So the other thing that we've noticed is just looking at the data, there is an insane increase in retention and a lowering of churn rate for folks that are offering WordPress hosting to their sub accounts. So it's all there in the data. I'm sure we'll go over that at some point in the near future, but get on it. If you do any kind of WordPress hosting, you should really check it out.
Yeah. And hopefully you saw us announce at Summit. The WordPress hosting in HighLevel was sort of the first of what I think we'll see more of as we move forward of partnerships. And so our WordPress hosting is powered by Rocket.net. We didn't announce that when we rolled this out and as we built it out. But then we saw people like, there's no way it could be as good as Rocket.net. And we're like, oh man, this is not good. So let's just announce the partnership so everybody knows it is Rocket.net. You can check them out. They're industry leaders for sure. So you can rest assured that like what's going on behind the hood is best in class. And I love that you pointed out that churn stats that we've been seeing, Ryan. It is an incredibly sticky product. It's a utility build product. So if you're hosting WordPress, I would definitely consider checking it out inside of HighLevel. We've got one more coming soon. Find new prospects with AI. Ooh, I haven't seen this one yet either. How's this going to work?
So the prospecting tool, if you're not aware, you can go and use to run marketing audit reports and so forth. And there's going to be a new thing again, end of Q4 or by the end of Q4 to go ahead and automatically look for prospects that are within a given niche. a location, and so forth. So it's looking for, very specific things that you could help with. So right now, there's going to be the details on this, or there's going to be one daily AI prospect recommendation, and you can also automate to get up to 10 recommendations per day. So those are the details that I have for now, but more to come as it actually rolls out as a production feature, as we call it.
Very cool and timely. We're in the
Yes,
season
indeed.
of AI, everyone.
It's just AI on AI.
AI on AI. Pretty soon, it won't even be us hosting this show. It'll just be our avatars. Just kidding. I would never let that happen.
Never doing that.
Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. That's our show for the week. We will see you next Friday.